Hey everyone, this is Chris Kies for Premier Guitar here in Nashville, Tennessee on August 23rd with Tarra of Sharkmuffin. Tarra, how you doing?
I'm good.
Thank you very much. Oh, it's a pleasure. I want to talk about your guitars. You got two of them here. Let's start with the Telecaster. I'm just gonna put that. Yeah, I'm gonna put that right on there.
Okay.
I stuck that name on there.
I bought this for myself after college, and I painted it silver. No, it didn't look like this.
Okay.
It was yellow
just
before.
Just making sure.
And I painted it a lot with nail polish, with silver nail polish. I don't know, silver makes me feel more productive. So I painted my whole room silver too in New York.
How's that going? Do you feel like you've been more productive?
A little bit.
Jury's still out, okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you've done to it or had to do to it to keep it running or to upgrade it or to make it something yours beyond the cosmetics?
No, just the paint makes it more mine. And this eyeball is watching everybody.
The third eye.
Yeah.
And how long have you had it?
Since 2012.
I've known you as a Jaguar person, Jaguar with the double humbuckers. Why the Telecaster now?
Well, my Jaguar has been through a lot of shit.
This one looks like it's been through a lot of shit.
Yeah. This one, it's like been holding up better. It doesn't like, on my Jaguar, the humbucker's like sinking in and I have to keep replacing like springs on it, and my headstock broke one time, so it's like it's like connected like here, and the B string is messed up, and
those are crucial things.
Yeah. But
pickups and tuning is key for an electric guitar.
And my input's kind of bent from whacking it around.
Yeah, and you guys run through the crowd, or at least you run through the crowd, so that probably contributes to some of the bastardization of your guitars that you have.
Yeah, I should probably get better at fixing those.
Or maybe not just run through the crowd and hit stuff. But that's not as fun.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that's not as fun. So amp-wise, I should stop. We'll talk about the second guitar here, if I can so kindly pick it up. You have a 12-string. And what brings this out, or what songs would people hear this on? I know you said you haven't played it, but...
Mondays from our first record, I use a 12-string. Ghost Speeds on our second record. Chartreuse on our first record. It's like... But on all those songs, I think I play both guitars on the record, but then live I play the 12-string.
And on the records, were you not playing, I believe you said a Surfcaster?
Yeah.
Or at least some of it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Before we move on to amps and pedals, strings. What strings are you using?
Augustine.
And do you have a particular like a string gauge, like 10 through 46 or 11s?
11s.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have a particular pick? I know that before we did this, you were searching for a pick. Did you find one that you particularly use?
Yeah. I like the blue ones that they usually have an alligator on them. This one doesn't, but they're like kind of mediums.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
the Dunlop
gator ones. Yeah.
Gator grip.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now we're moving on to amps. Again, I've known you to be a pro reverb person, but you said you've downsized thanks to stepdad.
Yeah, so I had a Fender Pro Reverb. It was really big. And
a vintage one, right?
Yeah, it was a 1966, and it also keeps on breaking. So my stepdad got me this because I was going to be touring a lot this year as a Christmas gift, so I wouldn't kill my back anymore. And it sounds really good, and it has like these two gain knobs, and it has more options on it, and it's lighter.
Does it give you, I mean, besides saving your back a little effort, does you feel it gives you a little more flexibility in smaller rooms where you can't necessarily dime it? You know, like a pro reverb, you're gonna have to really push it to get to the sound or volume or gain that you want it.
Yeah, well I have all the pedals, so
you do have destruction.
I would always only have my Pro Reverb on like 2 anyway. It'd be like super loud. So
understandable.
It does help.
Well,
having a small amp.
Get right into the pedals, the noisemakers. This is where all the fun happens.
Okay, so I have this Echo Dream, which is my favorite one. I don't have the second one, I have the first one. It's a Death by Audio pedal.
Okay.
And all those fun noises at the end of songs.
Do you enjoy doing that? Is that something you use? You almost like use that as like an instrument itself?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like I use that one the most. I also had a Fuzz War and Interstellar Overdrive pedal.
That was your fave, I thought.
Yeah, they both broke.
Oh.
They're broken as of right now. But so my friend Rich from Darkwing, he gave me this pedal, which is a small sound, big sound, buzz. And it has too many options. The Fuzz War only really has 2 knobs, so I'm still trying to figure this one out, but that's like the fuzz boost I'm using right now.
And is that how you're using to get like gnarly sounds just throughout your guys' stuff? That's kind of like I guess the noise maker, the volume pusher, the speaker eater, because like you guys definitely have quiet and dynamics that go like Foul Play is a song I think of, like where there's dynamics going on, and then that pedal probably is one that, or in its case, previously would be the Death by Audio stuff, that would just take it over the top.
Yeah. And then I have a shapeshifter tremolo for just like that kind of stuff, and like Mermaid Sex Slave, that song, or Jury Duty, which is on the other record. That's normal. It has lots of options though for like rate and like the wave.
Do you use the tremolo with the delay at all? Like to kind of get super warbly and tripped out?
Yeah, sometimes.
Is it anything particular, like songs you do it on, or is it just kind of in the moment type stuff?
That's like in the moment for Dip Your Feet, which is a song on our new EP.
Okay.
At the end of that, there's like stuff like that riff, which is like has both of them on it, which it gets a little weird depending on. That one, we all kind of jam out at the end, and it gets strange. And also there's a theremin on it.
Oh yeah.
We didn't bring the theremin on the road this time.
Oh, bummer. I know that's a big part of what you guys got going on in terms of sound-wise, at least recording, I'm sure live too.
Yeah.
But do you mind kicking on? I know that's not something that you definitely use or used to using, but you mind letting us hear what that fuzz does for you?
Oh yeah.
In terms of what your normal amp sounds like, and then kicking it on with the fuzz.
So that's the normal amp, and then that's the fuzz.
And so I'm guessing just based on that setting that you have dialed up, you kind of like a glitchy, almost like zipper fuzz, where it's almost like dying out.
Yeah. It just like sounds like the speaker's breaking on all the solos, kind of.
Perfect. Yeah. And is that something you use for like solos, or is it just like kind of like?
It's usually just solos.
Okay.
For now. Yeah, I'm still figuring it out though.
Yeah, there is a lot of dip switches on there too.
Yeah.
But that's the fun thing about pedals, that you get to try them out. I'm sure that you kind of miss having your old friends, the Death by Audio stuff, but at least maybe you can
it's fun being able to try new things.
Find new stuff that maybe inspires you, or inspires a new song or something. Just like the Telecaster here. But Tarra, thank you very much. We're gonna move on to Natalie and Chris. Appreciate it. All right, we're on the other side of the stage here with Natalie. Natalie, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Very, very well. Thank you for taking the time before you guys' gig here. I know you guys drove a far distance, so I appreciate carving out some time for us.
Thank you for talking to us.
Absolutely. Let's get right into it. Talk to me about your bass here.
All right, well, this is a bass that was created by a man named Richie, and he is actually known as the Guitar Doctor in New York.
Okay.
He works out of an apartment on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, but he works by referral only, so I can't say his last name.
How did you get to his graces?
So Tara and my friend Lindsay, who's in a band called Baby Acid, referred us to him when we were having some issues with her Jaguar and my other bass guitar. So I switch off between this and a Series 10, which is a bass that has F-holes cut out, and it was inspired by an Ampeg model from the 60s. All right. There were only about 30 made or so made. Yeah.
What do you like about that one with the F-holes? Is it probably a completely different sound than?
It is. Actually, it has a little slightly heavier sound than this one. This one has more of like a psych rock, like airy sound to it. This guitar I played for our most recent release on the recording. It was a split tape with our friends the Off-White, who are our label mates as well. And then the previous records I had the Series 10 on it. I don't have it with me right now, but yeah, I love this one, and it also has a really cool paint job.
Yeah, the zebra.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what I'm picking up on it.
Exactly.
Is there anything that you had to say to the Guitar Doctor? Like what? Like how did that interaction go? Do you like make me a bass, or like I like this style of bass? Like how did you get this?
So actually, Tarra got this for me for my 26th birthday.
Damn, that's a good friend.
Yes, very good friend. And so I had gone to him to fix my other bass guitar because the input was broken. And on that guitar, you have to remove the entire face in order to resolder it and all of that. And Tarra had gone because I think it was the pickup on her Jaguar had sunken in, and she, unbeknownst to me, purchased this for me, and she has a matching guitar as well. Yeah, so.
And did it come like that, like color-wise and
everything? Yeah,
it
did. He chose the coloring, I believe, but you'd have to ask Tarra for sure. But yeah.
Natalie, what strings are you using in this 4-string?
Augustine strings. We're sponsored by them.
Oh, okay. Do you have a particular gauge that you go with, or like just whatever they give you, or do you have like a specific range that you dig?
I basically go for whatever the thickest.
Oh, really? You think that adds to the tone?
Yeah, I actually I play bass with a pick, and not everyone does.
No.
I only play bass with a pick.
Why is that?
I am relatively new to like being a musician in general, and I primarily have played garage rock, punk rock, and I just think that stylistically the pick playing goes with it, and the speed and the aggression, and so I almost always play with one. I've been told I play bass guitar like a guitarist rather than a bassist, which is possible.
But whatever, that's your style, you know what I mean? That makes you and your tone and style of playing your own thing, so it's, whatever they say. Just play how you want to play. So speaking of that, moving on, you got your amp peg behind you, right? Ooh.
Sorry. So yes, here's my amp peg, and it's turning him off for a minute. But he's a little guy, but he's very heavy and makes a very loud sound. And paired with this fuzz pedal over here, this is an Apocalypse Death by Audio fuzz pedal. So for those of you who don't know Death by Audio, it was a DIY venue in Brooklyn, which unfortunately closed a few years ago when Vice bought out their building. But they still create these pedals, and they do them by hand. So this one is a distortion and fuzz pedal.
Yeah, and I mean, especially with names, the company name is Death by Audio, and the name is Apocalypse. You know that it's only going to come out with just pure signal destruction. But anyway, let's hear this bad boy. I mean, let's fire up the amp and let's hear this your fuzzes.
I can show it afterwards. All right, so without the fuzz pedal, here's a little bit of one of our songs.
There you go.
With the fuzz pedal. So as you can hear, it's much more distorted and much louder. So as Tarra was mentioning before, there are actually quite a few settings on this pedal. So over here, you have the volume, which obviously controls the volume. Then there's the drive, and here's the equalizer.
And does that just change the EQ curve, or?
So if you have it on the setting over here, it's a little like thicker sounding, and it gets fuzzier as the more you go. But over here
are those just the different?
The 6th setting, sorry.
You got it. And those are just the different waves, so there's like a sine.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
I don't know if
And are you changing it at all, or are you just kind of leave it on the one? I see the tape. I think it's only being that one, yeah.
Yes. But I can play the different ones for you if you'd like, so you can hear what they sound like.
Oh, it's all right. We'll go to Death by Audio's website to hear that.
Yes,
we want to hear you play it, but that's all right.
Oh, thank you. Well, we're playing tonight at Radio Cafe in Tennessee, but I'm going to leave it to Chris now, because Tarra and Chris have way more extensive pedal boards.
Natalie,
so a little more
I just want to say
interesting to talk to.
You rule.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to talk to Chris now. All right, last but not least, Chris, love the name.
Hey,
Love it,
yeah,
man.
it's a good one, right?
It's real easy to remember for me. I love that.
Likewise, man.
So, Tarra and Natalie started the band, but how did you, tell us real quick about you getting into the mix, adding the guitar?
Well, we've all been playing together off and on 5 years. Tarra, the drummer Drew, played another band with me. It's like a dream pop band.
Okay.
Rosebud, used to be called Side A, Side B, and you know, it's just a very natural. We're just, you know, hanging out and it's, hey, let's keep doing this with whatever. So, yeah.
Cool, man. Well, let's just get right into it. You're telling us off camera about the Strat that you found really cheap, what, 10 years ago or something?
I thought it was pretty cheap too. It was like in 2007. I've been playing this 10 years or whatever. I got it at a pawn shop used. I feel like $275, but that sounds, it might have been $175, but that seems a little bit.
And you're still playing it today?
Yeah, you know.
Something that you enjoy.
It came with a few dents already, and I was like, whatever, and it sounded great and it feels great, and I've put some new ones on it, like that one.
There's one behind the headstock.
Little thing there I just saw, and let's see. There's a really weird one in there because it's so deep.
Yeah.
That's pretty new. I did that all myself as well. And,
Good job, Chris.
But it still plays great, sounds good. I was a big Frusciante fan growing up. He's probably one of my first guitar
That's why I got the burst.
heroes. So like when I saw it and you know, I was like, oh shit, like this is, you know,
Just like
just
John.
felt like perfect, right time, right place, you know, to get it so cheap and everything. But it's been on at least 4 or 5 records I've done. I haven't got on a Sharkmuffin thing yet, but I've probably played it live mostly with them.
They're saying the EP.
It's not on the EP. Yeah.
Sorry, girls.
I used some studio guitars for that one. Yeah. But I'm sure it'll get on something soon. It's really noisy and I love it. It was the first guitar I feel like I truly appreciated, and like as a kid you get all these instruments and you pawn them for drugs and things, and it's like, you know, you end up regretting it, and then like one day you find something like this and you're like, I'm never, like, yeah, this is not going anywhere, and it hasn't. And I literally have one other guitar, and I have had the whole like last 10 years. It's like a Yamaha. I forgot what kind. It's like a low-end Yamaha, but you know, it's very special.
You know what you've just done, Chris? You've just created a time capsule. Well, now we can use this on the internet, and anytime someone doesn't see you with this Strat, they're going to be like, hey man, what happened? I thought you were never going to get rid of this Strat. You just made it known that this...
I will, you know what, if I do get rid of it, it won't be in vain. It'll probably end up just getting thrashed on stage or something.
Which will be good.
Yeah,
That's a good story. At least have a good story for it.
Yeah, I'll have to have a backup at that point. So
Another sunburst.
Maybe an endorsement, Fender. I got, you know, we've been doing this a while, so, you know.
Speaking of Fender, you got Fender Amp.
Yeah, man, this thing's great. Mel from Wild Moon, who we're touring with right now, she's letting us use this. She got some new tubes in it. It cranks, man. I mean, it's really clear and strong. And
what would you normally use, or what have you used prior with Sharkmuffin?
You know, this is probably more a testament to my finances, but I got like a PV, a Valve King. It's kind of like a twin reverb knockoff, like a low end kind of thing, but it gets the job done. I've had that like 6-7 years or so.
I mean, you see people shit on PV all the time, but you go down on Broadway, you go anywhere in town, a lot of times where they have either backline or people just gigging. I know Bollinger gigs with one of the guys that hosts our stuff. He plays with one all the time.
They're great when you're on a budget. It sounds great. They make good shit, so.
It is what it is, man. So we got the DeVille. Let's get into the pedal board. Let's make some noise.
Oh man. Really? I get to make some noise?
Yeah,
okay.
I want you to make some noise.
Right, well, some of this is pretty basic stuff. I got an OCD. It's a distortion pedal. It's really powerful. Noise suppressor. I haven't really been using much because I got the tuner or whatever. The things I'm really attached to, they've been on a lot of different records that I've done, are the Hall of Fame Reverb. It's got so many settings. You could actually download different artists.
I was gonna say, do you ever mess with the tone
I haven't
prints?
done that yet.
That's still, like level 2. You're at level 1.
I'm still like caught up in how good all of the settings sound already on this TC Electronic Hall of Fame Reverb. But yeah, that thing's great. Let's see. I've always been like a huge Cure fan, and it gets a really good kind of disintegration vibe sound, but. cathedral carries on.
It's real deep.
Yeah, you know, so that one's really good. I don't use too much of it, or I don't use it that heavy with Sharkmuffin.
I was
use
say,
a
like,
real
what song are you
basic.
normally, like, what songs are you bringing it out on? Are you kicking it on for?
With the Sharkmuffin, I use it for Too Much Fun, which is on the new record, Suki.
Yeah.
It's a real chill kind of throwback jam. But that's probably one of the funnest pedals I've ever owned, and it's a harmonist pedal, it's a Boss. I try to use it like, I never use it for harmonies, I use it just for noise and stuff.
I was gonna say, is it more like it's almost kind of like a makeshift whammy?
It's pretty
In the way that it
has like
bends.
infinite possibilities with it. I don't know, one of the settings I like, let's see if I can get it. So I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, but I just think it sounds cool.
It sounds kind of
and it's
almost
actually,
like a pog. Like
yeah, it sounds like, I don't know, just
an octave of some sort.
chimey and
Yeah.
really cool. But another thing I do, one thing I'll do this with Sharkmuffin. We have a lot of really, there's this one track we got, Dip Your Feet. It's on the new EP we just put out, and it gets really noisy at the end. And it's not on the record, but live, Tarra just breaks shit and gets crazy, and I'll just literally just like fuck with the octaves, you know, and it's really cool. But I love this pedal. You can do a lot with it. But yeah, it's one of the funnest things I've ever owned.
I'm sure this is the main ingredient for Sharkmuffin.
Yeah, you know,
The OCD.
that one's a bad boy, man. I haven't quite tamed it yet. It takes a while. I feel like this took me 5 years to even get comfortable with. And this one, I've heard Tarra make it sound real good, but it always feels really over the top and intense.
I think that's the
not a bad
Sharkmuffin
thing,
sound, though.
but yeah, there you go. So it works.
Embrace
but, it's yeah. And then digital delay. I got an older one, a DD6, but. Haven't really been using this one lately, but again, like with my Cure obsession, it's coming very handy. I was trying to get some of that 80s new wave vibe going, you know. Yeah, it's pretty.
Do you mind
pretty
hearing?
basic
Let's hear
shit.
the OCD real quick before we
Hear the
sign off,
OCD?
just so people
All right.
can know what to expect from Sharkmuffin.
Yeah,
and
let's
Chris.
see what I got on the OCD. Let's see. Yeah, you know, pretty intimidated by the OCD.
Yeah, I got an earful.
There you go. But yeah, it's a really good overdrive pedal. Definitely gets the job done. Yeah, but I'll be like I said again. I love this one. I love this one. The rest feel very, you know, like anybody could do whatever with them. But I feel like I've just gotten very comfortable with these, and I got like my own sound going.
Like
with them, you know.
Tarra was saying with the Death by Audio delay, it's almost like you can manipulate this as an instrument itself.
Absolutely, absolutely. So,
Dude, Chris, appreciate it.
hey man, thanks for having me.
Thank you. It's Chris Kies from Premier Guitar.
Don't forget to sign up for PG Perks, your all-access pass to exclusive gear giveaways and discounts on PremierGuitar.com.